Good morning, students. Welcome to our class. Next week you have exam. You have two lessons, lesson 1 and lesson 2. Reflection of light at curved surfaces and chemical equations. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain how to prepare in the examination point of view. In this video, I will explain about the lesson 1. Okay. So, what is our lesson 1? Reflection of light at curved surfaces. Actually, we have different types of energies: sound energy, wave, tidal energy, heat energy. Like that, we have the different types of energies. Like that, light is also one form of energy. Light is also one form of energy, and light always travels in straight line. Light always travel straight lines, and this light has different properties. In that, all the properties, one of the property is like it has reflection, refraction, scattering of light, it has different properties. Out of that, one of the property is reflection of light, so that we have to discuss in this chapter. First, what is the meaning of reflection? Reflection means when light rays falls on any surface. For example, generally a polished and a smooth surface, when light rays falls and the light rays will bounces back, going back. So that phenomenon is known as reflection of light. Due to the reflection of light, we can able to see any object. You can see all the objects because of the reflection of light. Suppose you can able to see TV. How you can choose, or otherwise wall or any book. When light falls on the book, from the book reflection takes place. So the reflected rays are entering into your eye, and it falls on the retina. The image falls on the retina, that through the brain you can recognize that is a book or pen or something. Like this, you can able to see any object because of the reflection of light. We discussed about light has laws of reflection. We discussed earlier classes. Reflection means we have the laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection that we discussed earlier for the plane mirrors. Now in this class, we will discuss the laws of reflection for the curved mirrors. What are the two laws of reflection? One is angle of I is equals to angle of R, and incident ray, reflected ray, normal ray, all these three, they will lie on the same plane. These two are the laws of reflection. See, these laws of reflection are same for any surface. Means these laws of reflection are applicable to any type of surfaces, whether it is curved or plane or whatever may be. So now the same laws of reflection we'll discuss for the curved mirrors. Coming to what are curved mirrors or curved surfaces? Actually, these curved surfaces we get from a sphere. From a sphere. You take a sphere, and when you cut into the two pieces, you will get the two parts. So that two parts, we'll call it as that two. When you take that two parts, suppose when you take the two parts, you will get like this. This is the sphere. When you cut, you will get like this. So one is like this, another one is like this. Suppose if you take here for the mirrors, actually for the mirrors, when light falls, suppose if you take, this is a plane mirror. When light falls on the mirror, it is going through the mirror. So that's why we should coat, means either with aluminum oxide or silver oxide. We have to apply a coating on one side of the mirror to avoid the light rays when it passes from one medium to one surface to the other surface. So which surface you are coating, that you must represent like this. Means light rays, they are not passing from this surface to the another surface. Then it goes back. When the light rays falls here and immediately it goes back. Reflection takes place. Even for the curved mirrors also, we must coat with some silver oxide or the aluminum oxide. So, whatever the reflection is taking place, when light rays falls on the mirror, and what happening, they should not pass through another surface. So, that's why we must coat it either, I said that, aluminum oxide or silver oxide. So when light rays falls on the mirror, they reflect. So where they are reflecting, you must take the reflecting surface. If the reflecting surface is inward, if the reflecting surface is inward, such type of mirror is known as concave mirror. We'll call it as concave mirror. For example, if you take one more mirror, suppose if you take this mirror, if the inward is coated with this, and when the light rays falls on the mirror and these rays are reflected, means here the reflected rays are coming from a bulged surface or the outward surface. Such type of mirror we'll call it as convex mirror. What are concave and convex? When the reflecting surface is inward, then it comes under concave. When the reflecting surface is either bulged or outward, then we'll call it as convex mirror. So we have curved surfaces, or we have two types of mirrors, a convex mirror and concave mirror. And coming to these mirrors, convex and concave mirror, we have to study some terms which are related to the mirrors. We have some terms, there are some terms which are related to the mirrors. What are that? What are that one? Here I will explain. For example, if you take a convex mirror, here this mirror is a part of a sphere. Convex or concave, they are the parts of a sphere. And the center of the mirror, the center point, the midpoint of the mirror is known as pole. What is that? Pole. And this curved mirror or the parts of the spheres means they have center. So this center point, will call it as center of curvature. This will represent with the C, that will call it as center of curvature. We'll call it as center of curvature. If you draw a line from pole to the center of curvature, that line will call it, and if you draw a line from this pole is represented by the letter P, and the center of curvature it is C. And if you draw a line from pole to the center of curvature, and if you extend this line is known as principal axis. What will call? Principal axis. This will call it as principal axis. And in between the pole and the center of curvature, the midpoint in between pole and the center of curvature, will call it as focus point. We'll call it as focus point. That we will represent with the F, and we'll call it as focus. So these are the four terms which are related to the curved mirrors. And by using these mirrors, we get different types of images. We'll get different types of images. To get that images, first, in the laws of reflection, coming to the laws of reflection, here normal we used the incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal lie on the same plane. Here for the plane mirrors, it is very easy to draw. For the plane mirrors, suppose when a ray is incident on this mirror at this point, from this point to this surface at an angle of 90, if you draw, then it becomes the normal. But for the curved mirrors, how to draw a normal? For this, How to draw a normal? You know these are the curved mirrors. You take any convex or concave mirror. Understand? And you draw this. Actually, when the light ray falls, it has a center, I said. It has a center, I said. So when the light ray falls on this concave mirror, and where it falls on the curved mirror, from that point to the center of curvature, if you draw a line, then this line becomes the normal for the curved mirrors. That line becomes the normal for the curved mirror. Suppose if you find here that this is known as angle of phi. If it is 45 degrees and with the same angle, if you can draw the reflected ray. Then it is easy to draw the rays. So like that you can follow angle of phi is equals to angle of r and the second law. Now coming to the mirrors, types of mirrors. Just I said there are two types of mirrors. What are that? Concave mirror and convex mirror. And just now I will explain what are the differences between concave and convex mirrors. Actually, for the concave mirror, the reflecting surface curved inwards. For the reflecting surface is curved inwards. For the convex mirror, the reflecting surface is outward or bulged. That is one point. Here, for the concave mirror, the reflected rays will meet at one point. Means the intersection of the rays will takes place in the concave mirror. So when the intersection of the light rays takes place, we get always real image. We get always real image. Here you see. Reflected rays converge. What is the meaning of converge? Converge is nothing but a group of light rays from the different places. They are meeting at one point. When they meet that point, we'll call it as converging point, and these rays are known as converging rays. So for the concave mirror, the reflected rays converge, and for the convex mirror, the reflected rays are diverge. Next, when the reflected rays meet, always we get real images. Always real images are inverted images. Real images are inverted image. And coming to this convex mirror, here the reflected rays are diverging. So when they are diverging, the diverging rays will not meet. Actually, once again, if you take the this is the convex mirror, okay. When the light rays fall, suppose two rays are falling here, these rays will diverge like this. When it is diverge, these rays when you extend, they will not meet. They will not meet. But when these rays, when you extend from another side, this seems to be meet at one point. The reflected rays, this seems to be meet at one point. Something they will meet. So where they are meeting, there you will get the image. So there you will get the image. Means in the convex mirror, you will get always virtual and diminished images. Virtual and diminished images. Next, these concave mirrors are used in our daily life. Car headlights and shaving mirrors. We use it as shaving mirrors, and in the preparation of the solar cooker also they are using this concave mirror. Next, coming to the convex mirror, where we'll use this as the rear view mirror. From the way to that vehicle's side, there we have mirrors that we'll call it as rear view mirrors. For the rear view mirrors, these convex mirrors are used. Here I said when the reflected rays are meet, means sometimes they will converge or sometimes they will diverge. When they converge, we get real image. When the reflected rays are diverging, we get virtual image. Means again we have the two types of images. What are that? Real images and virtual images. Once again, I will explain what are the differences between real images and virtual images. Here I wrote, you see. For the real images, when you will get the real images, actual intersection of the reflected rays, or otherwise when the reflected rays are converse, then we'll get a real image. And here actually the reflected rays will not meet, but when you extend them from the another side, they appear to be meet. They seems to be meeting at one point, means that we'll call it as apparent intersection of light rays in the. So like that means we get virtual images. You can see real images, you can catch on your screen. So you can see that movies on in theaters, means you can focus, on your screen. But for virtual images it is not possible, it cannot catch on your screen. So you can see this type of images in the mirrors. Next, these real images are always inverted images only. They're always inverted images. And coming to the virtual images, they're always erect. Inverse means what? Head is down, legs are up. Erect means like straight only, head up and legs down. But left is right, right is left. So for the erected images means upright only. But there is a difference between the left seems to be right, right seems to be left. Next, can be formed on your screen. You can catch on your screen these images, but virtually cannot catch on your screen. So these are the differences between real and virtual. Here you have two questions. I covered two questions. What are the differences between concave and convex, and what are the differences between real images and virtual images, and how to draw a normal for the curved mirrors. And one more point of what I covered, what are the laws of reflection. This many points I covered. Now coming to to get an image by using this concave and the convex, we can get the image. So first we'll discuss about for the mirrors, when the light rays should fall on the mirrors. So for that the source is important. The